In Ontario, we pay the highest tuition fees in the country and have the lowest per student funding, which means that we're paying more for less.
One thing that we see is a major problem across the country is the level of student debt. The number of people who are completely unable to make any payments on their student loans jumped from 147,000 people last year to 170,000 this year, and that number is only going up.
In Canada, one of the major issues when it comes to post-secondary education is the tuition fee disparity across the country. Students in Newfoundland and Labrador pay about half what students in Ontario are paying to access the same quality of education.
Aboriginal young people are the largest growing population in Canada. We're growing at a rate of 8% faster than the rest of Canada. There is a huge gap between the non-Aboriginal education level and Aboriginal education level.
Glad to see the New Democrats taking on PSE at a federal level. I'm glad that this discourse is coming to Ottawa. I'm excited over the discussions that are being had around accessibility to education, around the discussions that are being had about how we can bring more students into PSE, how we can bring more low-income students into PSE.
What we see is a need for a national vision and a national strategy on post-secondary education.
So that we can have meaningful funding that gets Aboriginal learners into classrooms and getting these degrees and certificates so that they can start addressing some underlying issues in the Aboriginal communities in Canada.
I think that it's great that we're talking about how we can take money and really target it and make sure that it's getting into the hands and the pockets of those students who need it most.
And another first step would be actually taking meaningful action against student debt and actively reducing the amount that's currently owed, and taking steps to ensure that all the money that goes out from the federal government happens in the form of non-repayable grants instead of loans that students from low-income backgrounds are going to have to pay off over 15-20 years after they graduate.
My name is Jessica McCormick. I'm the National Deputy Chairperson of the Canadian Federation of Students.
My name is Pat Joyce. I'm president of the Mount Allison Students' Union in Sackville, New Brunswick, and chair of the Canadian Alliance of Student Associations.
My name is Sarah Jane King, and I'm the Ontario Chairperson for the Canadian Federation of Students.
My name is Adam Awad, and I'm the National Chairperson for the Canadian Federation of Students.
My name is Sarah McLean. I'm a Métis student originally from Alberta, and I am the National Aboriginal Caucus Chairperson at the Canadian Federation of Students and an Aboriginal student at the University of Ottawa.
Awesome.